For those of you that are considering an agent locator website, in this demo, I'm going to run through the various features that are available to you. So with agent locator or websites, I refer to them personally as a tool. They're giving you the sites, give you the capability to generate new business for yourself through your regular day-to-day advertising and marketing efforts. So let's just take a look here at what we have to offer. So with our services, our agent locator, we do offer different levels of websites to match different budgets, different needs and necessities for various realtors, whether you're brand new into the business or this is something that you've been at for years and we really want something to reflect that. So basic layouts all the way up to custom websites, keeping in mind that all of these websites contain the same bells and whistles. So they're all going to have a forced registration aspect when it comes to the listings, which you gain control of the settings on. They'll all have interactive landing pages, the ability to add as much pages and content as you wish, as well as they're all tied into the agent locator CRM system. So with these sites here, and I'm just going to show you one of the site examples as to the features on them. I'm not going to go through all of them. But with the sites here, really the more you use it, the more it's going to start working for you, essentially. So in your site, you're going to have the interactive landing pages. We're going to create community pages for you. These community pages are really showcasing the listings in that area. So visitors that are coming to the site have quick access to any area that they may be considering. Now, also on these pages, you have the ability to add content. So if you feel like there may be some information or pictures or video that would be valuable to someone coming to your website, by all means, throw that in there. Throw some unique content in there. And with unique content, Google actually applauds you, and you will naturally start to increase your SEO rankings over time with the more content you add. So that is the community pages. Now, in the site, we do have various ways that you're able to filter listings, whether it be by community, city, property type, different aspects like that. But listings themselves have a forced registration. So what this does is it limits the potential buyers that are viewing on your site from how many listings they can look at freely before you're going to request some information from them. So you have control over this setting in the back end. We have optimized default settings that allow that visitor to look at either 3 listings or 20 photos, whichever comes first. So although we see this black pop-up here, trying to encourage someone to sign in, they can actually view the listing and still gain access to that property. Now, all the listings that you see are going to be pulled from your feed. So whether it's, through across Canada, we have various feeds and some into the States. So all the listing information is pulled right from that direct feed and would be presented as if you are the primary contact on that listing. Now, a step above just this general information is that on your listings, you have the ability to override the description. So most boards, when you're updating your MLS listing, they limit the amount of characters that you can utilize. So you actually have like short reference or short-term point form of the different aspects. So you can actually override that description and go into full-blown detail on any of the features of that property to really highlight. You can also embed your virtual tours as well right into that description to engage those visitors on that page longer. Now, with respect to the, referring to this as a tool, what I most commonly see realtors will do is when they gain a listing, they're going to boast about that listing. Needless to say, you're advertising, you're going on social media, maybe doing postcards, word of mouth, different aspects like that to bring attention to that listing, but ultimately your goal is to sell it. So one of the easiest ways and the recommended way that I advise my clients is to always do that through your website. So it is quite straightforward. So it's simply a matter of copying your URL on that listing and posting it into Facebook. So I'll show you quickly here. Now, this is one of the features and training that is covered in one of our webinars. So we do Facebook training showing our clients how to utilize their website with Facebook to help drive traffic and generate leads. So this is actually one of those topics covered. So what I normally see, and I'll try to find something that kind of represents that. So let's pretend this is a listing. Where you've written something about that property, you've got some nice pictures of there, you know, really trying to boast about that property. Now, while that may look fantastic, what's really happening is that someone may be looking at the description and you include the price in there. Okay, price is okay. But as they look through the photos, they realize that this is the layout that I'm satisfied with, or there's some attribute of that listing that doesn't satisfy them. So at that point, you have not fully engaged that prospective buyer. So what they're going to do is continue to scroll through their feed. You haven't brought them anywhere. So one thing that I encourage is always doing this through your website. And of course, you would do this on your Facebook page. Because you want to be able to boost it. If you wanted to do that, you can't do that on a profile page. So it's just a matter of copying that URL, and I'm not sure what happened there. So copying that URL here and then pasting it in there. So once you've gained this link here, you can actually remove this. You can write whatever it is that you want to about that property to encourage the engagement. Now, when you go to share that property, then the photo is going to produce itself. So now we have the listing photo. Now, any prospective buyer that's actually expressing even the slightest bit of interest by clicking on that, they're actually being brought into your website to look at that listing. So should this property itself not be of a good fit to that potential buyer after all, you've now got them on your site where they may start browsing through other listings or other services, and you may just generate a lead from that. So that's one great thing about the forced registration aspect on your listings. Now, in our sites, we also include interactive landing pages. These pages here, you have the ability to edit them. So you can change the image, the color of scheme. You can change what it says. If you're an agent that does print marketing, you can have a specific domain or URL point right to this page so homeowners land right on it. Now, what's so great with Agent Locator is we actually give you 3 versions of this home evaluation page, and they're all a little bit different. So this version here, a potential buyer would enter or seller, I should say, would enter their information in, and then they're going to fill out their contact information. So they're going to fill out their contact information first. Now, once they click to get their home value, what's going to happen is this page here is going to reload. It's then going to give them a snapshot of some current active listings within a 500-meter radius of them. So this is a step above just a simple thank you message. We'll be in touch with you shortly. So you're actually giving that potential seller something a little bit to walk away with after they just provided you all their contact information. And of course, this lead here, anyone that registers on your Agent Locator site is going to feed into your CRM system. So that's your first version of the HomeWorth. You then have a second version of HomeWorth. So this version here is a little more property specific, and you can get creative with this one. So you can change what it says throughout the form as well. So this one here, the user would still be required to provide their address, but they're also going to select the type of home they have initially as well. So this one, when they get the report, is going to search a 700-meter radius for any active listings of the same property type. And it produces this estimated value, which is reflective of that. So needless to say, the lowest price detached in the radius of this address, that 700-meter radius, is listed at $449. And on a high end, you're looking at 1.8. So those potential sellers that want an accurate evaluation, they would complete their contact information and you generate yourself a seller lead. So this one somewhat helps to weed out those sellers that are just kind of curious about their home value, because you're giving them that estimated range. If they want something accurate, then for sure they're going to fill out their contact details. Now, your third version of Homeworth, and with Agent Locator, you don't have to pick or choose. You gain access to all three of these landing pages. So this one here, the third one is going to be condo specific. So it is called CondoWorth. So this one here, that potential seller is going to put in their building address and their unit number. And the difference between this one and the other one is that when this one is searching for any active listings, it's only going to search that specific building to see what other units are currently listed to give that potential seller the low, average, and high price points. So those are your Homeworth landing pages. Now, on all of these pages, the first step is that potential seller to provide you their address. So even if they're not giving you their contact information, the system is still going to capture that address for you as a partial lead, which is great news if you're a door knocker, because now you have an address so you can target that street the next time you're heading out. Potentially get yourself face-to-face with that seller, and those first face-to-face impressions can go a long ways. So those are the Homeworth pages. Now, sellers also, you have StreetMatch. So StreetMatch is a powerful tool to nurture your seller leads. So it's great when you have those sellers that are just curious. They're not actually ready to commit to a formal evaluation. It's great if you do go door knocking as an excellent item of value to be able to offer those homeowners. It's also a great way to keep you top of mind with your past and existing client database as well. So this one here is exactly what it says it is, and visitors can most definitely come on your site, fill out their information, and sign themselves up. You also have the ability to add people manually to this through your CRM system. So when adding someone to this, it's simply their contact information, including their address and the type of home they have. And then it's going to ask you to select either a specific radius around their home, their street name, or their building address. And then anytime a new listing comes on the market that falls within that parameter you've created, it's going to send that homeowner the listing details. So it's keeping you top of mind while providing that potential seller the market activity that's likely to have an impact on their home value. Now, if you are a TREB member in the Toronto Real Estate Board, they've been forced to release the sold data. So in addition to the listing email for TREB users, that potential seller will also get a second email outlining the sold information on that property. And of course, all that data is fed into the CRM, so you're able to see how often these sellers are opening the emails or engaging in the listings, so you have a better opportunity to convert. So that's a StreetMatch. Then, of course, you can't forget about your buyers. So buyers, again, it's an interactive form. It's going to go through simple questions. So it's going to ask the location, the type of home, price point, bedrooms, and bathrooms. Buyers that sign up on this are going to be automatically added to a buyer's drip, and the CRM system is going to start sending them those listings automatically. And you'll have the ability to refine the requirements of their search once you've had a conversation with them and determined, what those aspects are. So you can follow up and essentially nurture them. Now, you will have another one that is very similar to this, and it is for rental alerts. So some boards, not all of them, but some boards do have leases listed on the MLS as well. So same idea as this one, however, it'll send those potential tenants properties for lease versus properties for sale. So those are the interactive landing pages. Now you do have the ability to add as many pages as you want. You can adjust the titles and the content or the drop-down menus. There's no limitation on any of that. And you do have a blog in here as well. So I always encourage people to blog. Blogging isn't necessarily fun. Some people love to write, some people can do without it. But blogging is a great way to bring organic and natural content to your website. So Google is looking and will promote websites that are being updated on a regular basis with original content. They're not going to promote a website that is stale and just sitting there. So I encourage you to add content. So different topics, you can create different blog categories. So real estate news, perhaps, in the community is a good one. Families in every community, including myself, are always looking for things to do. And then maybe it just for fun. Like it doesn't have to be dry, it could be fun. Or if you find content that realtors are naturally, you're seeing them all share when mortgage news or real estate news that's important to the consumer, take that article that's already been written by somebody else and put it into your own words. You've already got the foundation, just put it into your own words, because you too can share these articles that you create in your blog on Facebook. So then if you can imagine everyone that's kind of looking into that article or sharing that article, the moment they go to click to kind of read more, they're actually being brought into your website to read that article. So not only are you driving traffic to your website, but you're again opening up that opportunity that you might just generate a lead from it. So all the leads that come in from your website, doesn't matter how a lead registers, they could come in through forced registration, they may come in to book a showing or home evaluation or just simply use the contact form. Anyone that gives your contact information is going to feed into your CRM system. So the CRM is developed to help you manage, nurture, and convert. It's mobile responsive, so you're able to easily jump in on the go if you need to. And it's not limited to just your website. You can import your database into here as well as add leads in as you need them. So when you have a lead that registers on an agent locator site, the system is tracking some information for you. So you're going to be able to see your lead's location at the time of registration. You're also going to be able to see exactly which listings that buyer was looking at or potential buyer was looking at during their visit. So you're going to be able to see how many times they looked at each listing, if they looked at a bunch of photos, and then it's also going to give you a nice little breakdown here. So this is a great foundation of information for yourself so that when you're initially reaching out to that potential buyer, you have some information that you're able to refer back to. Now, with the system, you have the ability to set up prospective buyers on prospect matches. So if they register on here and you have a conversation, you could do that through your email campaigns. There's an automated prospect match. Now, the advantage of these prospect matches is, one, they're not going to expire. They're going to continuously send that potential buyer listings as long as you allow it to, or that potential buyer allows you to. Now, another advantage is going to be this last activity. So every time that potential buyer you have looks at a listing, you send them, this page here is going to update. So it's going to allow you to focus and monitor your efforts on people that are going to be more likely to transact versus continuously following up with someone that perhaps has never even opened a single email from you. So it allows you to adjust your levels of follow-ups and how you're following up based on the user activities, which is fantastic. Now you do have drip campaign capability in here. We have some campaigns created for you. You can also develop your very own campaigns as well. Email triggers are going to allow you to see when your leads or clients are opening the emails you're sending them and or if they're clicking on them. Now you have the capability of syncing this with Google, or if you have G Suite. So if you are sending out an email, you can send it right from your Google account for the CRM, as well as if you create a task in here, that task is going to show up in your Google Calendar with a direct link right into the lead so you don't forget about those tasks that you create. Now another component that you have the ability to add is this SMS feature. So SMS is powered through Twilio, the third party that develops amazing APIs for companies like ourselves to be able to offer these powerful communication tools. So Twilio allows you to text right from your system. It'll allow you to text and mass text up to 200 contacts at a time. You can also create template texts so that you can just select and send, saving you time on those people. Now, when you're activating the texting feature, it also is going to activate the dialer in the system as well. So you can make calls right from the CRM system, and all your calls are going to be naturally logged and recorded in the CRM system. So you can listen back at those conversations if you ever need to for whatever reason. So it will handle incoming communication as well. And all that incoming communication is going to get redirected to your cell phone. So you don't have to be sitting at your desk all hours of the day in order to be able to respond and interact with your leads or contacts. Now, our overall goal with this system is to really create an all-in-one solution for you. So after speaking with several hundreds of realtors, what we found is, and what I've personally found, is they're jumping all over the place. So they're jumping from mobile devices to inboxes to Stratus or Matrix systems to a CRM system or some level of database management, just to follow up with one person. So naturally, that is going to take time away from your actual productive work of speaking and following up with people. So here, you've literally got all the features you need in one spot. So naturally, this is going to help increase your productivity because you're going to be able to follow up with more people in less amount of time, which is also going to assist with your overall conversion rate. Now, as your database grows, you're going to want to be able to sort your leads and your clients. Because typically, if you're sending out a mass email, you're not sending it to everyone. You're sending it to those people that you feel would be most likely to engage or be of interest to that communication. So one of the most common things our clients will use is this tagging feature. So yours would be a blank slate when you come on board. Every realtor, every team is going to want to sort their database, their past clients differently. So these are little motivational tags for yourself, just keywords based on how you would want to organize your database. So you can pull up leads based on tags that they have or tags that they don't have. So it just keeps them organized. So if all of a sudden you get a great investment listing, an investment property, and you have a database of investors, and they all have that investor's tag. So now you've got an investment listing. You can sort your leads to pull up all those investors easily so that you can send them off that listing directly within seconds. You're not trying to go through a list of thousands of buyers to figure out who's who and what's what. They're very easy to find. Now, there is a lot of different ways that you're able to sort your leads in here. So you can sort them based on the last point of communication, when they last looked at listings, where they're at in your pipeline, as well as any additional buying and selling detail you add with respect to your buyers and sellers. It's going to assist you with sorting those leads as well. Now, there is a lot of tools in our CRM system. It can be overwhelming for some. Stick to the basics if you're not technical. It's the easiest thing to do. And then as you start to develop more comfort in the system, then start to learn more of the features. So for example, when you start to want to send out a mass email, that's when you learn how to send out a mass email. But if you try to learn it all at once, you're going to just forget half of it and have to learn it all over again. But we've also got you covered with respect to that. So in previous webinars, I may have mentioned how big Agent Locator is on training and support. So we encourage our clients to learn and expand their knowledge in the system so they can take maximum advantage of the tools that we're giving you. So we do have webinars. We do have webinars on demand, so you're able to watch these whenever you want to, as well as we host live webinars every single day. So various ones, if someone's doing lead gen, we do those every day. We do Facebook training, Kijiji training, we do website editor training, we do just full CRM training, open Q&A sessions, as well as we have a coach that helps our clients with their lead scripts, objections, role playing, and learning how to sort their database. So all of these things and webinars are available to our clients. At the end of the day, we want you all to succeed. And the more you actually use your platform, you are going to succeed and get better results than you may be having. And I'm sure many of you can say for yourselves that maybe you use social media, but it really doesn't do anything for you. So when you're doing things like that, you want to have some sort of course of action that you can capture somebody's information. And the Agent Locator platform definitely allows you to do it. It allows you to get rewarded for those efforts that you're already making. Now, if you're interested in a price list or running through a specific demo on perhaps your specific needs, you don't know which site option to go with, then by all means, just let me know. If you are interested in looking through various agent locator layouts, you can go simply to this site here, which is called layouts.agentlocator.ca, where we've got all different landing or layouts so that you can click through. Every time you click on one, it will give you the different examples of how that's been edited, so you can see how it potentially turn out for yourself. Of course, it has the landing pages as well that you can try out in there. Keeping in mind, feel free to register on any of these sites. Aside from the customs, please don't register on our custom sites because these are not duplicates. These are actual live realtor websites that are on here. So if you're registering on there, you're creating fake leads for them, and no one wants a fake lead. That's just another realtor looking to see how things work, needless to say. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm here to help, and thanks for taking the time to watch.